We're almost at the end of 2023, and during this year, we've already seen many crazy things happening that very few would have predicted. Napoli's incredible Serie A win, Cristiano and many other superstars moving to Saudi Arabia, Luton Town getting promoted, the list goes on and on. So I figured that since I've already made several right predictions in the past, I should dive deep into the crystal ball and make 10 bold predictions about what's in store for us by the end of 2024. But here's the twist, the last one is an absolute game changer, something that's bound to leave you absolutely stunned. So if you're ready for a rollercoaster ride of predictions and one final shocker, stick around until the very end. And without further ado, let's get right to it. Number 10, Messi will still be in contention for the Ballon d'Or. Hold on, Ronaldo fans, don't leave just yet, I didn't say he was winning, but I do believe he will still crack the top 5. But how could that happen? He's literally in the MLS with a team that didn't even make it to the playoffs. Well, in case you forgot, Copa America will take place next year and Argentina are the clear favorites to win the competition. There aren't any South American teams playing at a high level right now, and Brazil are also below their usual level. I can see Messi having another incredible performance, win his last international tournament, and still finish 5th or 4th on the Ballon d'Or voting. Number 9, Jude Bellingham wins the Ballon d'Or. I know that it's too early in the season and I know that he's still very young, but there's something you need to understand. This man has been proving every doubter wrong since the age of 16. He's Birmingham's youngest ever player and the one who saved them from bankruptcy. He's the Bundesliga's youngest captain and the current star man at Real Madrid. He scores, he assists, he defends, he's basically the most complete player in the world. And unless Real Madrid and England face early eliminations in the Champions League and Euros, there's hardly any reason to doubt that this man is a front-runner for the Ballon d'Or. Number 8, Cristiano Ronaldo will win the AFC Champions League. I mean, he doesn't get called Mr. Champions League for no reason. And other than their two Saudi rivals, Al Nassr really don't have that much competition in the ACL. Of course, a team like Al Sadd, Urawa Reds or Ulsan could still surprise them in the later stages of the tournament, but I just can't see it happening. And if you think Al Hilal or Al Ittihad can beat Al Nassr in the knockout competitions, you're dead wrong. Trust me, I've seen Jorge Jesus coach up close for years and he's a massive bottler, while Nuno Espírito Santo only has a job because he's Jorge Mendes' best friend. Ronaldo has an unmatched winning mentality, the experience of fighting for the highest prizes, and a competent coach guiding his team. If he makes it to the last 4, I bet that he's winning the trophy. Number 7, Pogba, Ali, and Neymar will all be retired. This one is not only surprising, but tragic. Just to put into perspective, when Messi and Ronaldo were pushing 30, these 3 men were considered future stars. And nowadays, it seems more than likely that they will retire before the 2 legends. Pogba is banned for 2 years, which means he will only be able to make a comeback at 32 years old, and after suffering so many injuries, it will almost be impossible for him to make his return, even if it was in a club from Saudi Arabia or the United States. Dele Alli, on the other hand, seems to be close to 100% physical fitness. However, if he plays 7 more games with Everton, the Toffees will have to pay £10 million to Spurs, which they can't at the moment. Given these circumstances, plus his mental health issues, I can honestly see him taking time off from his career at the end of the season. While Neymar Jr. has recently suffered a devastating knee injury after having lost big chunks of the last couple of seasons. It's clear that his body has given up on him, or maybe he was the one who gave up on his body. Either way, if he wasn't motivated to stay fit while playing for PSG, how are we supposed to expect he'll have the drive to come back to Al Hilal? Number 6, Sevilla will be fighting a relegation battle. It's not like they're safe from being relegated this season, but next year things will be much worse. Don't let their latest Europa League conquest fool you. Sevilla have been getting worse and worse every year. With an aging squad and poor investment, the situation is becoming increasingly challenging. The confidence boost from their impressive performances in Europa League is bound to fade, especially considering that in the next edition of the Champions League, there won't be any third-place teams transitioning to other competitions. Much like other iconic teams from the past, Sevilla appears to be on the brink of a significant decline. And now the question stands, will they ever bounce back? Number 5, Real Madrid will kickstart Galacticos 3.0. Don't you think it's strange that Real had such a quiet summer in this year's transfer market? Don't get me wrong, signing Bellingham was massive for the club, but I assume you'd expect more considering they lost Benzema. In my opinion, something big is coming. I'm 100% sure they'll get Mbappe in the next summer, whether it's for free or for a bargain fee, but he won't come alone. Los Merengues will finally buy a lethal striker to partner up with Vini and Mbappe, and my guess is that it will be Osimhen. After that controversial TikTok, his relationship with Napoli hasn't been the same, and I firmly believe he'll push for an exit to a bigger club. Chelsea doesn't seem like a wise move at this point, which leaves Real as the only logical option. Can you imagine a team with Bellingham, Mbappe, Vini and Osimhen? If they keep their egos in check, they could become one of the most dominant sides in football history. Number 4, we'll start seeing improvement in football video games. After EA lost the FIFA license, they continued to release their yearly game, but with the new name, EA Sports FC. However, the game has been poorly received by football fans, which leaves the door open for another publisher to buy the rights from FIFA and make another football game. I believe 2K might be the ones to step up to the challenge, and although they come from the same crop of greedy corporates who only care about microtransactions, their initiatives could potentially motivate EA to enhance game modes like Manager and Player Career to stay competitive. Competition is always good for the fans. I just hope the games don't get filled with teams like Merseyside Red or Piemonte Calcio. Number 3, Manchester United will still be in shambles. Not that hard of a prediction to make, to be fair. Whether a takeover occurs, whether Bruno remains as captain, or whether Ten Hag remains in charge, Man United will continue the same washed club. Overcoming a decade of poor decisions can't be achieved overnight. It requires time and perhaps most importantly patience, a virtue that can be scarce among a fan base accustomed to frequent league victories in the past. One thing's for sure, unless they find an owner with a clear plan and resources to back it up, United are destined to remain an average Premier League club for the foreseeable future. Number 2, Harry Kane will continue trophyless. Yep, you heard me right. Not even in a one-horse race league can Harry Kane kick his bottling past behind him. As this year, Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen is on a spectacular run that could potentially mark the end of Bayern Munich's decade-long dominance in the Bundesliga. If Leverkusen can improve their squad depth in January, I don't see why they couldn't prolong or even extend their lead. Besides, it's not like Bayern are the first team that comes to mind when you think about possible Champions League winners. Real and Man City are the front runners in the competition, and even PSG or Barca seem to be at Bayern's current level. Considering the fact that they have also been eliminated from the DFB Pokal, I think this might actually happen. But at this point, what could be even more shocking than this? Number 1, Man City will start to crumble. Every empire eventually falls and turns to dust. AC Milan, Man United, even Real and Bayern had weaker periods in their history. Following the summer of 2024, where another batch of players like De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva or Ederson could leave the club after achieving everything possible in England and Europe, Guardiola faces a situation where he has considerable potential at his disposal, but few immediate replacements for the departing starters. With the emergence of Arsenal, Spurs and Liverpool, plus the prospect of an ever-evolving Newcastle joining the title race, Man City are more than likely losing the 2024-25 Premier League title. And that will mark a crucial moment for the citizens' future. They will either see that loss as nothing more than just a bump on the road and trust that Pep can rebuild the squad, or they'll become frantic with the lost championship, start from scratch and lose their dominant grip on English football. And that is it for the video. I know that you might disagree with some of my takes, so make sure you leave your own opinion in the comments and hopefully we can start the discussion. Leave a like so that YouTube knows you want to watch more content like this, and subscribe to never miss the most interesting football discussions, stories and top 10 lists. Thank you for watching till the end, I appreciate you and I will see you soon.